Hey guys, coming up soon we're going to be doing a project that involves combining multiple images, or what's called a composite. Now you may be thinking, I already know how to do that. However, there are a few techniques that I want you to learn that will make your life easier and your composites more realistic, because there's a difference between knowing how to do it and knowing how to do it well. So let's take a look at some bad composites. Clearly this girl is floating and not taken from the same photo. This girl looks way too bright and doesn't really match the scene. This one they tried to erase out the background but did not do a good job. Again, we kind of have color and lighting that don't really match well, but let's see it done correctly. See how much better that looks. They've really made it match with the style and texture of the background. Now, there are more advanced methods of compositing to make your images look more professional, but let's keep it simple. You are going to be learning 3 tips that you will not only use for your project, but also that you'll be quizzed on. The first is the Select and Mask tool. Then you're going to learn how to match your light sources, and you're going to learn how to apply a curves adjustment clipping mask, and then use that to match your 2 images, or more than 2 images. So in the description below of this video, you're going to find the 3 different videos for each tip. Watch all 3 and practice them on some random photos. After you feel confident with each of those tips, I want you to let me know and I will administer a quiz to each of you separately. Let me show you an example of what the quiz will be like. For your quiz, you're going to have a picture pulled up like this of a background and some options of different animals to choose from. And your first task is going to be to figure out which animal matches the best in terms of lighting. So, if you are to look at our background photo, notice the sun is coming from the left. So our light source is coming from the left, casting shadows to the right. So we need to find an animal whose light source comes from the left. On the walrus, you can see the light comes from the right because he's brighter on his right side of the body and darker on the left side. On your polar bear, it appears that he's brightest on this left side and kind of has a shadow more on the right side. So this one is probably going to be our top pick. Let's look at the third. Yep, this one has light coming straight down from above. So, for your quiz, you would say the polar bear matches the best. And then we'd pull him into our Photoshop page. And you can kind of place him on the ground. And that's the first part of your quiz, okay? The second part of your quiz is using the Select and Mask function. Now, you'll notice that the backgrounds are already cut out of all the animals. That is to save you some time. But I still want to know that you know how to use the tool. So you would go to Select, and then we'd be here. Okay, so I am going to make sure you know how to use that even though the background's already cut out. And then next you're going to have to show that you know how to do the adjustment curves clipping mask. And then last, I need you to show me that you know how to add appropriate shadows. And that'll be your quiz. Go ahead and get started on the 3 tips for composite imaging.